Lifeweaver is fundamentally flawed, and here's why. Okay, but first, look at the fit. Kind of clean, right? It's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. I'm spinning. Oh god. Okay, it's pretty clean though, right? Okay. So, Lifeweaver was launched back in April, and he's been in this game for about 4 or 5 months. He's simmered, and there's a few takeaways that I've had after this time of playing with him for a long time, and all this. So, the good. His like design visually, I think he's cool. People really like him. Good representation. He looks cool. Got some fun skins. He's a fan favorite. I see a lot of cool art about him. I see a lot of fans. It's cool. It's nice seeing a character get loved, and it's nice seeing people like the game, like something that the game made. It's cool. Like for example, I saw this fan art earlier a few weeks ago on Twitter from @BloodiedFlora. It was a combination of Elden Ring and Overwatch, and it was really sick. I thought it's really cool that the community likes Lifeweaver so much and is making stuff about him. That makes me happy. So those are always great with Overwatch. Voice acting, direction, all that stuff is always cool. This game never really misses on that front. So what about the stuff that I don't like about him? So Lifeweaver, I think, since its release, for the past few months in ranked, has probably been bottom 1 or bottom 2 support, always. Like, he's competing with Mercy to be the worst support in the role. When I have Lifeweaver Mercy on my team, I want to just gouge my eyes out and give up, because I hate having both of them on my team. They are frustrating. We're gonna lose every game, and they both die. Like, it's pathetic. They're not very great characters, either of them. He goes back and forth between the two, between I think being the worst, because like at least his ult is better, but Mercy can do stuff with pocket that Lifeweaver really can't. Petal is kind of a useless ability, and pull is pull. I'll touch on pull. I think his ult is fine. You can do some cool stuff with his ult. It's like a pretty generic support ultimate. It's kind of bad, but it's okay. They've tried to update it and make it better. It used to get one shot by EMP, if you remember that. Petal is kind of a like nothing ability, because in ranked and in most settings it's really hard to do a play with pull or Petal unless you're doing it with a friend. Like most of the time no one's gonna play around Petal. Like seriously, no one will play around Petal. I've seen some cool clips where Lifeweaver players will cancel like a Sigma ult with Petal or get people out of a grab. Like that's cool stuff, but other than that, Petal is kind of a nothing ability, at least in this iteration. The quality of life changes he just got this last season, pretty amazing. They really made the character feel a lot more fluid. So great job on that front. So let's talk pull, the elephant in the room. I really do not like pull. It is fundamentally different from every other save ability in this game, and it's one of the reasons why I dislike it so much. So when we talk about the saves in this ability, we have Lamp, we have Here We Go Cleanse, we have Nano, we have Nade, we have some maybe like Orb kind, not really a save, but you know, pack and kind of like distance healing abilities. But when I am in a fight with an enemy and they get lamped, they get cleansed, they get nanoed, I can wait for all of these to end, or at least like break the lamp and do something about it, or like back up and then fight them again and keep fighting them. And if it's a bad lamp, I can just kill the lamp and kill the person. If it's a bad cleanse, I can wait a second, kill the person, and I can just punish them even if it's used poorly. When I am in a duel with someone and they get pulled, it just completely gets rid of my ability to punish them, and that feels awful from a playing into perspective. But even conversely, it is much worse from the playing with perspective. There are so many times when I'm in doing something and a Lifeweaver will just pull me for no reason. It's like the fucking the clunk, the thingy in Toy Story, like the aliens fucking plucking you up. That's what it's like, and it sucks, and I hate it because it is such a lack of autonomy in this game. I lose control over the game, and it doesn't feel good. No other support ability does that. I get happy, you know, even if it's used poorly. I'm glad to get a resource. I'm glad to get a nade. I'm glad to get a lamp. I'm glad to get a cleanse. I'm glad to get a resource. I'm not always glad to be pulled.
Safety in numbers.
Because it can stop me from getting a kill. It can stop me from using my ultimate. I've had a lot of times on Winston. I'm in there deep, like back to primal, and I'm getting pulled out because Lifeweaver doesn't know how primal, and it's just like ruins the tempo, ruins everything. If I'm on Tracer and I'm in there and I'm doing something and I get pulled, it's awful because it's almost impossible for me to get in that position again, because I'll have to use whatever resources I have left, and if I use that to get there, then I'm just gonna die when I get there. Pull just messes up a lot of the ebb and flow of this game. And you can't really use pull to make a play. Honestly, you can't really use his kit to make a play, like, into an enemy. Like, I can flank with Kiriko, I can cleanse me in a DPS, we're doing something, we can do stuff. I can lamp someone when they're doing, like, in a fight and kind of help them get a kill. I can support and facilitate eliminations. You can't really do that with pull. Pull doesn't do that. Pull just gets you out of the team fight, makes you lose space, lose tempo, and doesn't feel that great. So, what should be done about pull? As I expressed, it gets rid of player autonomy and is very uniquely inhibitive in this game. It doesn't help. I think I use that right word, right? It doesn't facilitate the gameplay. It kind of slows the game down, and usually when something slows down Overwatch, it's the opposite of fun. So, what would we do about pull? I honestly think it either needs to be fully reworked or removed. I don't play Lifeweaver enough. I don't really have that much of an understanding of his kit, or character, to know exactly what they could replace it with. I was kind of hoping you guys might be able to give me some ideas on that, and if there is a lot of great ideas, I'll maybe make a follow-up and just share some of them, because I think it's good. Maybe they could just do something where Lifeweaver has multiple pulls. Like, maybe you can pull 2 people, and still it doesn't fix any of the big issues, but this is assuming they want to keep pull in the game. If they really want to keep pull, I'd prefer it to be punishable, like in the sense that maybe you could shoot and break the pull like a bubble, and then Lifeweaver would also, maybe to compensate for pull being weaker, maybe Lifeweaver could have 2 pulls, maybe they'd be on maybe just 1 pull with a significantly shorter cooldown, because right now 18-second cooldown in this game is crazy. That's like maybe 1 or 2 pulls a team fight, 1 probably if you guys get wiped after the pull, which you probably will be wiped after the pull. And honestly, it sucks having a character be this bad. Like, you just get Lifeweaver on your team and you are at a significant disadvantage. So instead of just raw buffing him, I hope they kind of look at why he's so bad and maybe just try and make things a little bit different rather than just raw number buffs, because if Lifeweaver gets power crept and just raw number buff, then we're just gonna have a situation where a character that shouldn't be meta is meta, and Overwatch will just be not fun to play. It's like when Mauga's meta. Mauga's fucking, you know my thoughts on Mauga. Sum it up, I'm a fan of Lifeweaver's design. I'm a fan. It feels good to see people be a fan of his character. I just hope they can do something to make pull a more proactive ability and make him a little bit of a more interesting character that can contribute to a team fight actively, rather than something that can slow down the fight and take away from it. Thanks for watching.